With the year almost wrapping up and all of us getting an idea of the lineup next year, I thought we could discuss movies we are most excited to watch next year. I think with a gap of a year or two, there are those huge blockbuster years where we get one massive box office grosser after the other, like Bollywood experienced in 2023. This year has been very underwhelming for Hindi cinema, with many anticipated projects missing the mark from a quality standpoint. Of course, with some exceptions. But I think if I were to gauge a variety of genres, many which were commercially successful, then Tamil cinema, and I think the winner of 2024, at least when it comes to the quality, is Malayalam cinema. We will dive deeper when we do our best and worst lists at the end of the year, but let's get to the movies that have us terribly excited, slightly worried, and more importantly, hyped. This is not a list of movies that I presume will be blockbusters because no one can predict that, not even your geriatric trusted trade analysts. So let's just talk about the movies that have a lot of hype surrounding it, and all we can do is have our fingers crossed, hoping and praying that they deliver. You also do let me know in the comments below which movie are you most excited for. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with 25 most anticipated and hyped Indian movies of 2025. Game Changer. I don't know which language this movie can be categorized as, but I can assume that dependent on its quality, fans of Telugu and Tamil cinema will either claim it to be their own or will try to shift blame to the other language. Officially, they say it's a Telugu film. The marketing run of Game Changer has been far from satisfactory. I mean, a lot of it just shows the lack of evolution with Shankar's filmmaking, still heavily investing in music videos rather than having the same attention to detail or focus on the storytelling. With the debacle that was Indian 2, people are worried that Ram Charan is going to get an extension with the SSR curse and genuinely are hoping for a miracle when it comes to the quality of this film. The early signs are slightly worrying and the template of a tale against corruption just seems dated. Irrespective, a Ram Charan film with a legend like Shankar is definitely going to pique the interest of audiences, at least on the first weekend. And one hopes that it isn't anywhere close to the train wreck that was Indian 2. Sitare Zameen Par. With 2024 having no Hindi releases featuring the Khans, one was expecting to see at least Amir Khan's project Sitare Zameen Par on Christmas. This movie has been delayed to next year and is based on the 2018 Spanish film Champions that deals with a coach who works with differently abled kids. Amir has been raving about the heartfelt nature of the script and how it celebrates the uniqueness of individuals across the spectrum. Amir's tryst with the movies has not been smooth lately, but I hope and wish that this venture delivers an engaging and emotional ride for viewers. It's a breath of fresh air, while most stars are sticking to the action genre. OG. This is a movie I'm terribly excited for. A movie directed by Sujit post Saho with Pawan Kalyan in the lead role. While the criticism towards Saho and its screenplay is justified, you have to admit that it had some of the most slick action set pieces. With this film, you have Sujit transporting us to the 70s and 80s in Mumbai, with Pawan Kalyan in the first promo looking like an absolute badass. While we know very little about the plot, we know that Imran Hashmi has been roped in as the antagonist, marking his Telugu debut. I have a personal anecdote to share about this film and the making of it, and I think it's best to reveal it when it's closer to its release and you get to see the trailer. But I think Sujit may finally get his commercial cinema due with this film. Idli Kadai. I have mixed feelings about Dhanush as a director, because I wasn't really a fan of how Ryan eventually shaped up. He produces the same sentiment I have towards Ajay Devgan as a director. Some great ideas, some slick and exceptional sequences, but the screenplay is somewhat faltering in the process. One of my favorite films, however, in recent years was Tiruchitra Balam with Dhanush sharing screen space with Nitya Menon, and he is collaborating with her again in his directorial venture Idli Kadai, which releases next year. G.V. Prakash Kumar has been roped in for the music, and he's slowly becoming one of my favorite music composers, making me excited about this film and how it shapes up. Raja Saab. Horror, especially horror comedies, seem to be the name of the game when it comes to having a huge ROI for projects in Indian cinema. While Prabhas has been featuring in a variety of genres post Bahubali, they have been on massive scales. Raja Saab is supposed to be one of his less ambitious but entertaining projects, just on a mere 250 to 300 crore budget. We will see Prabhas in this romantic horror comedy of sorts, which people are presuming is a haunted mansion story. I don't know whether the film is adapted from something or a remake, but they really have to do a better job at the film posters because they literally look AI generated or fan made. Irrespective, anything better than the Aranmanai series is welcome, so I'm curious about how this shapes up. Jolly LLB 3. This project, I genuinely believe, will be Akshay Kumar's return to box office success. Having had a miserable time at the movies, especially commercially, we saw a glimpse of Akshay's comedic prowess in a movie like Khel Khel Mein. Even though the film did not fare well with the Stree 2 wave, one finally got the Akshay Kumar we love to see on the big screen. With the comic timing of not only Akshay Kumar and Arshad Varsi, but Saurabh Shukla at play, with the third installment of Jolly LLB, I am sure this film is going to be an absolutely hilarious ride in theatres. You can't really mess such a collaboration up, and I'm excited for the same. Vidda Muyarchi. While I've only explored a few films of Ajit, the ones that especially people rave about, including the likes of Mangatha, Billa, and an old one like Wali, I would love some suggestions of the best Ajit Kumar films, but I found the teaser of his upcoming film, Vidda Muyarchi, to be so engaging. This seems like an adaptation of the Hollywood film Breakdown, but the cinematography by Om Prakash and Neerav Shah and background score composed by Anirudh fits so well for an engaging survival thriller. My pet peeve comes with most of the action featuring stars not having an understated quality, but this seems to fit the bill of what can really turn into a grounded and a no-nonsense thriller. Sikandar. Oh, how I wish Salman Khan has a phenomenal comeback. I say comeback because Tiger 3 was underwhelming for the hype Tiger should have in the YRF spy universe, and what the audience craves for with the Salman Khan film is for him to have the same passion, energy, and enthusiasm on screen that led to his comeback with a project like Wanted. A genuine want to entertain the audience versus sleepwalking through a role and assuming that it will be celebrated irrespective. I hope A.R. Murugadas can channelize the same because Sajid Nadiadwala really extracted a gem from Salman in Kick. I literally reminisce about the energy Salman had during the promotions of that film, and I wish and hope we can get a glimpse of the same with Sikandar. What's important with this film is that they have to nail the antagonist because Salman needs a worthy opponent. Coolie. One of my favorite creators from Tamil cinema is undoubtedly Lokesh Kanagraj, who always delivers in at least providing us a spectacle and something unique. You can see the DC influence in his films where his characters are dark, brooding, and aching with vengeance. While Leo did not really turn out to be, well, the knockout we all wished for, him joining hands with Rajinikanth for his next project Coolie has everyone extremely curious. You've got the likes of Nagarjuna, Upendra, and Sobin Shahir joining the party, really making it the pan-Indian project one dreams of, but will it deliver? I guess we will have to wait and find out. Ghati. I think Anushka Shetty has such immense screen presence that should be nationally known. While most of India saw it in a movie like Bahubali, when you see the sheer intensity she brings to roles like Arundhati and Bhagmati, you really think that more filmmakers should tap into the same. I was absolutely engaged when her recent teaser dropped for her upcoming film Ghati, directed by Krish, a film in which her character presumably finds herself embroiled in the drug trade, leading to a violent path of bloodshed, making me excited about her badass presentation and how the storyline will shape up. Love and War. A Sanjay Leela Bansali project is bound to leave a lot of excitement amongst audiences, for he guarantees a spectacle and a movie watching experience meant for the big screen. The film featuring Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt and Vicky Kaushal is presumably going to explore a lot of toxic elements of relationships, so you best be assured that the commentary on this film is going to carry on for weeks after its release. I don't know what specifically this will explore, but the talent involved in the project makes me really excited and slightly worried to what brings Ranbir Kapoor to reunite with Bansali after so many years. Hit 3. I absolutely love the varied choices that Nani has been making in his career, almost as if he's doing a back and forth between what is clearly for commercial notoriety and what is for his creative satisfaction. And I think he pushes to somehow create a marriage between the two with all of his projects. With Hit 3 coming next year, I remember people screaming in the theatre when he featured in the climax of the second installment, making one really curious because his character seems ruthless in his ways. I mean, he was literally described that way in his entry. I wonder what the thriller has in store from the storyline POV. And I will be seated in the theatre because I have learned from experience, you don't miss a Nani film whenever it releases. Surya 44. It's been slightly rough for Surya in 2024. reflecting on the performance of his previous film Kanguva, which turned out to become a commercial disaster, and how it was in sharp contrast to the sheer effort he was showcasing on the big screen with his character. While so many people sniffed out the same with Siva's association with the project, Surya is going to collaborate with one of the most exciting directors from Tamil cinema, Karthik Subbaraj, and in the small glimpse, looks like an absolute badass. I think this will genuinely mark his commercial return because Karthik is the perfect director to do an intense action film with. I hope this is an absolute banger in 2025. The Ranveer Aditya Dhar project. Another actor who has had a rough run at the movies is Ranveer Singh, barring Rocky or Rani. The streak at the movies post the pandemic has led to underwhelming results, and with multiple projects that have gone in limbo, including the likes of Dawn 3 indefinitely getting postponed, the Prashant Verma project getting cancelled, Shaktiman not taking off, and so much more, Ranveer is finally going to star in the Aditya Dhar spy espionage project, which I can assure you is technically top notch. I just hope the film gets completed, it doesn't go through budget issues, because I can't go through another Ranveer project being in limbo. My man needs a smooth release for God's sake, and I hope this one reaches the finish line. Talapati 69. This has me extremely worried because the last trip to the cinema hall for a Talapati Vijay film cannot be a remake. Rumors have been afloat that Vijay's last movie with H. Vinod is going to be a remake of the Telugu film Bhagwan Kesari, featuring Balaya. If that really is the case, then it's extremely underwhelming because most fans would want Vijay to leave with a bang. Irrespective of what the film is, you know the hype is going to be unprecedented to see Vijay one last time on the big screen. I hope, seeing the feedback and uproar on social media, they actually think about taking a completely fresh story. Alpha. One of the most engaging web series in recent years was When the Railway Men dropped on Netflix and showcased an extremely engaging screenplay with brilliant performances by the ensemble cast. The 2025 film Alpha, starring Alia Bhatt and Sharvari, will be directed by the Railway Men director Shiv Ravel and will be an addition to the YRF spy universe, with the women taking charge this time. I hear rumors that Ritik S. Kabir is going to feature as a mentor in the film, and I have my fingers crossed about this ambitious but risky project. We get engaging action films with female leads few and far between, so when there is faith given by a producer like Aditya Chopra, you better deliver a banger. Another Hindi film actor who seems to be in limbo of sorts since his last celebrated film Shershaah is Siddharth Malhotra. Somehow filmmakers have not been able to categorize him in a particular genre. While Siddharth is presentable, yes, his lack of range as an actor has always been a deterrent to see him soar. However, what seems to be a masterstroke is his next collaboration with Balaji and TVF. Described as a folk thriller, the film's first look had everyone really curious, with the message "Chetavni, सूर्यास्त के बाद जंगल में प्रवेश वर्जित है," has people hopeful that this can really be an interesting project that may turn out to be a dark horse in 2025. Chhaava. I was really excited for this film when it was announced that we will get to see it in December on the big screen. Vicky Kaushal looking like an absolute menace as Sambhaji, the second Chhatrapati of the Maratha Empire. The film, directed by Lakshman Utekar and produced by Maddock, showcases Vicky with brute strength annihilating the Mughal army when surrounded by them in every frame. The film also showcases an unrecognizable Akshay Khanna as Aurangzeb, making me even more excited about this project and the clash between these empires, which involves politics, deceit, warfare, and the context of Indian history that also shaped generations. I'm really hopeful for this to hit it out of the park. Tama. The Maddock horror universe has undoubtedly become one of the most commercially viable IPs in Hindi cinema, and in 2025, we will see another edition titled Thamma starring Ayushmann Khurrana in the lead role, with him playing a man turned vampire. The film was rumored to be titled at one point of time Vampire of Vijaynagar, which I thought was hilarious and inventive, but I loved what they did with the text and design of its title, giving the vibes of a Ramsay Brothers vintage horror movie. The director of Munjia Aditya is directing the film that also stars Rashmika and apparently Nawazuddin Siddiqui. I hope it's genuinely spooky and not just a generic horror comedy. Deva. I will root for this man and always hope and wish he delivers a solid film irrespective of the genre. Shahid with Farzi really made a banging digital debut, and with Deva, he is working with Malayalam film director Roshan Andrews, responsible for films like Mumbai Police and most recently Salute and Saturday Night. There are rumors that Deva might be a remake of Mumbai Police, but the makers have refuted such claims, stating that it is an original film which will show us Shahid playing a cop, with Pooja Hegde also joining the cast. I literally have no idea what to expect from this film, so I'm just left at a point where I am going to be hopeful that it just delivers. Toxic. Everyone has been waiting in careful anticipation of what will be Yash's next move after the stupendous success of KGF Chapter 2, and it really caught everyone off guard when it was announced that his next project would be the Geetu Mohandas directed film titled Toxic. Two schools of cinema many people did not envision to cross paths with each other. Yash has done a spectacular job in keeping everything at bay regarding what the film may explore, but it presumably features many actresses, which has not been confirmed or denied, just making me curious on what the bloody hell is this movie about. I can't honestly wait for the film to drop a teaser or trailer soon. Thug Life. While we constantly speak about the sad state of filmmakers who refuse to evolve over a period of time, becoming stale in their presentation and storylines, you have Mani Ratnam, who since the 80s has been consistently making movies and has not lost touch even in the slightest. While filmmakers are going through several delays in making their hugely mounted films a reality, you've got Mani Ratnam, who after Ponniyin Selvan has completed his film titled Thug Life with Kamal Hassan and STR, and we will see what will unfold in this saga in 2025. This is the work ethic most filmmakers should emulate, and I can't wait to see it on the big screen. And if someone were to just take lessons from how to execute an effective movie announcement, just see the title announcement video of this film. It's pure class. Kantara Chapter 1. Similar to Yash and the anticipation people had on his next move after the massive success of his film, everyone was interested to know Rishab's next project after Kantara. Not so surprisingly, he is exploring the folklore Kantara to even more depth with his next project. A prequel to the film we massively celebrated. The first look of the film generated several questions within me. Will we explore the prologue of the film where he could not find peace and embarked upon a journey to get guidance from Panjuli? Would this be the case of exploring Shiva's father's life before his disappearance? Or would this be a totally different story that explores the deep-rooted history of the Karnataka region that aims to also shed light on the limitless nature of divine energy that is often dismissed by historians? Can it be an amalgamation of the known and the unknown? Or could it just be an exploration of the embodiment of Parshuram? Or is it, well, just an embodiment of Panjuli, a wild boar-like figure that was born in the Kalyug, which will essentially be during the time of the Kadamba dynasty? I have so many questions, but I think with the time Rishab is spending on the project, it seems like he is leaving no stone unturned in providing us an experience for the big screen. War 2. The amount of excitement and fear I have for this project matches absolutely nothing. The amount I want this film to work is unhealthy for me. The amount of faith I have put on Ayan Mukherjee makes me sick to my stomach. And I have literally no personal or monetary stake in this film. This is the anxiety you feel because so much is riding on this. The YRF spy universe moving forward, two huge stars Hrithik Roshan and Junior NTR featuring in one project together. I can't tell you on just the conflicting feelings of pessimism and optimism I have within me. I just want an action extravaganza, a conflict beyond India versus Pakistan, a bloody insane dance-off and just a paisa vasool experience. Please just deliver a knockout, Ayan. I have faith in you. Who has written the dialogues? Oh, it's Abbas Tayarwala. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. Lucifer 2. There is a lot riding even on this project for it to be showered with the pan-Indian love that Malayalam cinema deserves. Lucifer, directed by Prithvi Raj, went on to become one of the biggest hits from Malayalam cinema, presenting Mohanlal in the pitch and manner in which the star deserves. And just seeing the rough patch the legend has had, Prithvi Raj is the perfect medium through which he delivers a commercial blockbuster at this point. The first film offered such a brilliant concoction of familial conflict, political conspiracy and pure vengeance. I'm so interested to see what will Prithvi Raj explore with Stephen aka Qureshi at this point. We just hope it doesn't undergo the sequel curse like so many films that compromise storytelling with the increase in scale. But knowing the amount of time Prithvi Raj has spent on the project, I'm sure he's going to make Malayalam cinema fans proud. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below which movie are you most looking forward to in 2025. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.